I have a question for you guys. If I cover
Mila, who is a good friend of mine and he is awesome, asked a question about someone covering the same amount of distance but in different time. So let's say you cover the distance quickly and someone else covers the same distance slowly. Do you burn the same amount of calories? I said yes. He said no. Now I want to give my case. Why do I think you burn the same amount of calories? There are some variables he gave. He said these two people are the same. They have the same height, same weight. They are burning the same amount of calories given their features. There's another variable that he did not include in the question, and that variable is what we are disagreeing over. How do you burn your calories? You burn your calories in 4 ways. These are things he has talked about. So go and watch his second video to understand more. So we have BMR, which means basal metabolic rate. These are the kind of calories you burn just to exist. And they are the most, around 60%. Okay. Then the next amount of calories you burn are burned through something called NEAT. NEAT means non-exercise activity thermogenesis. These are the calories you burn by doing things that are not exercise related, like fidgeting, pacing around, just things you normally do. I think you met those people who are very active. They are super active and they never gain weight. Why? It's because they are so active, they burn so many calories without knowing. This is called NEAT. After NEAT, we have thermic effect of food. These are the amount of calories you burn to digest the same food you've eaten. So if you eat protein, about 15 to 30% of the calories from that protein will be used to digest the same protein. About 11% for carbohydrates and close to 0 for fats. Then the last one we have EAT, exercise activity thermogenesis. And this is why I disagree with Mila, because we were talking about activity. That guy covered the distance through running. That was the activity. The EAT part of the equation. Exercise activity thermogenesis. If we are going to compare the activity of this guy, then we must compare the activity of this guy versus the activity of the other guy. The guy was walking around for 8 hours and he burned some calories. Let's not talk about BMR. Let's not talk about NEAT. Let's not talk about thermic effect of food. Let's only talk about EAT, exercise activity thermogenesis. I can assure you, if we are looking at the exercise activity thermogenesis alone, then they burn the same amount of calories. Because if you are going to include these other 3 ways of burning calories, then we must also include them for the guy who ran for the quick distance. So he ran in that quick distance, he burned those calories through activity thermogenesis. It is unfair to compare his 10 minutes to 8 hours of someone else if we are going also to include BMR, NEAT, and thermic effect of food. From the other guy, it means even for him, we need to look at his BMR, his NEAT, and thermic effect of food for the entire day. That's how these two comparisons will make sense. We cannot talk about somebody's BMR for the entire day and somebody's BMR for 10 minutes. Those two variables don't make sense. That's my argument. I hope I'm making sense. I would like us to have this back and forth. Mila, if you don't mind, let's talk about this.